Like the black night and the bright day battle for constant light and dark dominance, we argue. No compromise. Your voice as if you disregard every good I ever did. My tone as if you are less than the girl that I courted for in this relationship. Oblivious to the period when our feelings switched, frustrated as if we spoke different languages. Inner eyebrows angled down as far as they can go. Lips pursed, curse words dispersed, feelings hurt like betrayal of a lover, of a brother, hurt like betrayal of a mother, hurt like rejection from a father. I'm misunderstood, angered, cornered, so I fight back harder to protect my ego. For you to completely emasculate me, to prove your point, whatever it may be, to me means zero. I don't see where we met. I was walking in my sleep, my world where I expected you to understand the importance of me providing, me protecting, me correcting and being corrected without verbalizing to you that my manliness to me is like your beauty. The care that you give your hair, the sheen for your retro afro, the way you paint your fingernails and toes, the way you tie down your cornrows. I hold my manhood oh so close. Like the black night and the bright day's struggle for dominance, we argue. I pray for an eclipse. As drum prays for a Passover precipitation, we argue. For hours like ping pong balls, simultaneously, heinously, incognito, blaming you, blaming me. I'm breaking you, you're breaking me. Stall of love. We break down love like we hate down love. All because of our ever-confusing pride that never wanted us to be alone in the first place. Honestly, let's work it out. I'm wrong, but say that you heard my thought. Condescending, tone me not. For I'm a man, your man, for God. I just want to understand the blood before we do something that we fought so hard for. Like the black night and the bright day strive for pride. I see that the most beautiful time is day, night, compromise. Color spectrums displayed at sunset and sunrise. And through compromise births the day and the night. And I will help to set your sun if you help to make my sun rise. Misunderstanding.
Yesterday, I opened my Bible for the first time in a long time. Got swept up by a gentle breeze from Genesis. Escaped stress as I exited through Exodus, levitated through Leviticus to reach a level high enough to meet God. Asked Him to lengthen my life, Numbers. Received instructions as He outlined my duties in Deuteronomy, and He put me to 66 tests before He felt I was deserving enough of a revelation. And I felt it. A wave of discomfort just flooded your wine glass or beer bottle, just washed away most of your indifference. You just thought about the time you thought you'd never have to say the sinner's prayer again, or about what you did last week, or what you're about to do later. I know I did. See, spoken word is not poetry. True spoken word is not poetry. It's what was heard every day for over 30 years, some 2,000 years ago, every time Christ opened His mouth to speak. The true spoken word. So understand that this is not a recital. This is but a performance of souls that no other part of us is tuned into God enough to understand. Yesterday, I drank way too much after reading not enough scriptures, sent a naughty text, yelled at God in Spanish, cried to Him in tongues, and then sat with Him in silence. Mis pecados están delante de mí, Señor. my sin is ever before me. So laying on our backs in beds of grass while staring at the clouds only makes us feel higher than we are, but we are just as low as dirt, and we fall for it every time. These false highs and holographic pedestals that sin keeps promising us. Well, sin doesn't have the right to promise us anything. So yesterday I tried my hardest to pray, but then the radio came on, and I was forced to listen to the voice of sin, incarnated as an overrated fat man. So yeah, I cursed at the very title of Rick Ross's new album, spat on his career, and shaved his beard with the fear of God. I must think I'm reborn, thank Jehovah, another chance, hallelujah. But I mean it, hallelujah. See, yesterday, and then I felt better. But that was all he said to me. Understand that life is as unfulfilling as that incompleted stanza without the true spoken word. It's as empty as the screen on your phone before you send that naughty text, as empty as your wine glass or your beer bottle might be right now. It's as incomprehensive as a performance of souls that no other part of us is tuned into God enough to understand. So tonight, call me a harlot, a whore, a concubine, but I'm gonna date with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And then I'm gonna see about marrying Jesus. And no, we will not take our relationship steady. In fact, we'll move so fast that he'll introduce me to his father tonight. I'll ask him to move in with me, no, move in me, no, remove me, replace me with him. Porque mis pecados están delante de mí, Señor. My sin is ever before me, and I know it's gonna be hard, but I just don't want to revisit yesterday.
I'm not perfect, but if I had you, I would be. See, clearly there's a part missing from me. Like a car with no key, I can't seem to start the ignition of my heart, and I think you stole it. But I can't control it, this thing inside of me won't let me. And I can't deny it, yet it denies me access to the very axis of my inner being. Because every time I open my eyes, it's only you I'm seeing. Even in the darkest of places, I find traces of you woven into the very fibers of my soul. Yet these untold emotions hinder my devotion for you to be unfolded, so I've decided to hide them no longer. No longer shall my feelings be estranged from their birthplace. They deserve to know their birth dates, even if you turn out to be just a surrogate mother. At least you know there was a brother out there that truly cared. At least you know how my heart sang medleys of melodies from your favorite artists, and maybe we wouldn't be apart if you knew what I wanted to tell you from way back then when we were such good friends that I didn't want to risk ruining our friendship. But I got seasick on that ship, so now I'm ceasing this fling with pretending. I'm ending my platonic affair with you, because to thine own self be true, and truth be told, I want to marry you. Unite our souls, have kids, and grow old with you. I want to do all the things that lovers do. Like slow dance under the stars. Figure out why women are from Venus and men are from Mars. I want to rent a suite for my suite. Have a private dinner on the beach with rose petals under our feet. I want to get mad at you for missing my performance, only to have you make up for it by giving me a private show. I just thought that you should know that you mean the world to me. And I know it's cliche, but hey, it's the truth. And the truth shall set you free. I'm just hoping and praying that this truth brings you to me.
tired. And I'm tired of being tired. And I'm tired of being tired of being tired. Tired of the monotony of life. Wake up, work, eat, sleep. We may be free in comparison, but this can't truly be free. Tired of waking up tired, making work seem like such a steep peak. And the only time I'm not tired is when I need sleep. Tired of thinking things get better, living in denial, working a dead-end job, getting treated inhumanely, and taking it all with a smile. Tired of seeing homeless people on the street begging for some change, instead of looking around them and start begging for a change. Tired of people like Big L having their lives end so soon, over simple, avoidable problems that seem so senseless too. While talentless artists living in mansions write rhymes about destitute. And I am tired of going to the mall and having junglist girls treat me like I'm something at the petting zoo. Touchy hair. Tired of going to Imperials and having people ask me if I'm lost. Tired of the way that my shoulders feeling like cinder blocks. You know what I'm tired of? The systematic approach in which I take to meeting new people and seeing if they're into me by things as superficial as body language and propinquity. And I'm tired of going through the worst memories of my life as if they just happened again, while the other people involved brush it off like it was nothing, like it didn't matter to them. I'm just tired, and I'm tired of being tired, and I'm tired of being tired of being tired.
Spun a wicked tale, subduing my tongue, disabling all inhibitions and lowering my walls. Completely unguarded, the invasion begins. Gentle strokes across my skin, fingers creeping up and down my spine. I can't help but smile as you tighten your grip, as you continue to grow. Kneeling before me, you offer praises at my temple. Tickles of pleasure awaken my body, hardened nipples elude your touch, but there's no real escape. Little do I know this was your plan all along, and I'm trapped, right where you want me. You pull me towards you and plant the softest kisses, injecting your poison, weakening me even more. I never wanted this to happen, at least not so soon, at least not here. As I begin to pull away, your words are my undoing, releasing me from your spell, and your intentions suddenly become clear. All I was, all I am to you, is a one-night stand. A night nurse ready on command, something for you to wet your with, swell it up and lick it slick, and I bet you wanted me to dance like a skank upon it. But no, my nigga, you got this twisted. Do you think you are? How little do you think of me? To think I would put out that easily? Well, what you thought, for I will not be your prize. Everything you wanted will stay mine. You will never cut these breasts, and this ass will never be caressed. My legs will stay closed, and this will never be exposed. Because baby, you blew it. And before you knew it, I was leaving you blue. You thought you knew, because this is where I bid you adieu. You and I could have been anything, but now we have nothing. And I will continue to stand for my something because, baby, anything has to be better than you.
prometo que lo nuestro nunca va a terminar. My heart has no faith, and so I promise you that what we have will never end. And love lives in the soul, so don't try to change who you are.
He looked at himself in the mirror and he asked, "Tell me, what do you see when you're looking at me?" And he responded, "A lost soul whose heart has started to grow so cold because of all the emotional scars from a relationship that he called ours. He can't even bear to look at his own reflection. He's disgusted, seeing the tears fall when the DJ plays the next love selection. He's doing his best to start the correction that can only be done after he does an overall inspection. He's on his knees, hands to the sky, screaming, 'Help me, Father,' as he realizes every day it gets harder to live with himself because he's broken. No longer is he outspoken. He thought that he understood. He thought that everything between them was all good. Even through all his tears, he thought he had someone who could erase all the fears. He guesses now that he was wrong. Now he hates to hear any love song. They remind him of her and a relationship that he thought was true, but it was fake. All the trips he used to make just to see her. Nobody could tell him this love wasn't true. Now he has a lot less when he knows he deserves more. Kinda like a man who has money but still poor. She was the whole package, but she still didn't amount to anything at all. Funny. Knowing what needs to be done isn't hard to read. Getting rid of her is all he needs to succeed. But it's hard to get rid of someone who has his heart. Someone whom he thought from him she'd never part. But all good things at some point must come to an end. It's a shame they just didn't stay friends. But such is life, I suppose. Right now, the man he sees has on no clothes. Because she stripped him down to his skin, he couldn't even see the messed up state she had him in. So sad that they had the end of mad, but not all relationships are meant to be. Too bad it took him so long to see. Only he knows the struggle and his pain. Even when the Lord sends the rain, it doesn't wash away the pain that he feels about someone he thought that was so real. She was supposed to help build his. Instead, she'd rather watch the change in his figure. But at some point, he'll have to get over her if he wants to find someone that is secure.
Violins playing a soft mellow-tone, bass guitar humming even down to the bone. See, if our love is strong and if it's sentimental, maybe I play with no words, strictly instrumental. Lost Mick playing our song as a sweet melody. He played it with no piano, just with keys and a harmony. A selection by a Frenchman, yeah, it was nice and sweet. Using his French horn, he showed me that you really are unique. And even if the band decides to play until sudden death, then they can watch our love grow as we watch the sunset. See, if our love is strong and if it's sentimental, baby, I play with no words, strictly instrumental. It's your style, your smile, your eyes that make you cute. Baby, they can watch our love flow, just play it like a flute. And you will fall for anything if for nothing you stand. Instrumental then is the name of our band. I went instrumental and still use words. That's absurd. But you ever realize I showed you my love without using words? Instrumental.
You. Every part of my body cringes at the thought of it. It's not about me though. It's just. Every part of my body cringes at the thought of you. Every cell hosts to a rage that containing has become difficult. And whenever death extends her inviting arms towards me, the image of you, burnt into my bones, keeps me. It leads me. And though the blood may have dried and the scars faded, the memory stays. No one will ever compare you. You who managed to find some dignity in striking a child. Or do you just find a shameless battering calming? And I become jaded at the core because my core is you and you are suffering. Your pain reflects off my body, your agony falling by the fistfuls but never bruising. Because you know where to strike so do not leave a mark. And I appreciate the thought, but why hide? They already know. They know because they saw it wasn't a pretty sight and the door closed, but they heard. They didn't help. They couldn't. No one would face the beast you became when I challenged your authority. Every time I hit, I think of you. Both in pride, knowing that the glorious fury of your anger is running through my veins, and in sorrow, for knowing that I too might someday leave a mark. In the heat of a rage, I hear your voice in mine, your words coming out of my mouth, the fire of your wrath steering my actions, your malice in my eyes, your strength in my hands, and your aggression in my wasted heart. Now my body's broken. Morals slip by. Ethics become suggestions rather than rules. This sickness runs in the family. Solitude befriends me, not to be confused with loneliness, for she can be a cruel mistress. Solitude keeps my head down. When my vanity and arrogance pulls it up, she keeps me humble. You being the constant reminder of why I need her. So dear Daddy, let me express my gratitude for carving out my determination with those sadist hands of yours. But know that when you make the ungraceful plummet from your high horse to earth, face first, I won't be there to catch you.
What if we hugged every once in a while? Instead of standing a minimum distance of 2 feet away from each other, rubbing our own shoulders awkwardly. What if, for instance, our increased heartbeats were because of anticipation and not anxiety? What if we held hands every now and then, and when it's cold at night, you would allow me to keep you warm instead of forcing me to go through the excruciating torture of watching you shiver alone in the dark, awkwardly? Can't you say that I want to love you? I do love you. I hope you do. I mean, I certainly make sure you hear that enough. You see, that slick that spitting just me trying to get a quick. I want to love you. I want to show you. I want to hold you. Not the way he did, but the way he was supposed to. But he wasn't supposed to. You were 7 and you weren't ready. Even now I can feel your breathing getting unsteady. And I don't mean to bring up traumatic memories, but it's becoming a cancer in our relationship. And I know the shit he did was foul, but don't let the things he did to ruin your past fuck with your now. Now is the time to release the past. I mean, you're the self-imposed prisoner that I want to break out to show beyond a shadow of a doubt that locks only keep honest people out. But you already know that, don't you? Don't you want to get over the feeling of being under and the stench of his breath on your face, his sweat between your thighs, and the excruciating, the horrifying confusion, wondering why, even though you came out of this man, he still felt the need to come inside you. Whoa. And here I sit beside you. Cold, alone, in the dark, awkwardly, silently knowing, patiently waiting until you're ready.
Thinking I'm on the fringes of society, but even on the fringes of society, this population doesn't recognize me. Sitting outside of the outcasts, they see me but just walk past. Since normal society is normal, artists are normal, but I feel so far from both I may be paranormal. A ghost in the shell of a being not seeing the placement of himself. The ghost that observes the living from beyond the fringes, just observing. Searching for that link to bring me closer to something or someone that is real. Maybe someone who can actually feel. Yes, I want to be real. I want to know what mortal feels like. Like walking down the street or sitting having a meal. Give up for a moment being a self-proclaimed God in a shell. I think I want to join the humans for a moment. Because among the monotony of these humans, I think I found someone quite amusing. Then I realized with my real eyes that I can see the real prize. So I opened my mind's eye in front of something I thought I would not find. A goddess among mortals, my love, African goddess, Oshun. Now, I understand why such a being interests me. You've been hurt and abused and used at your peak, but I have come down temporarily mortal bound to rescue my goddess of love from these humans who seek not to reap what they sow, but destroy what they throw. So rest assured, my queen, your honor will be redeemed from these insignificant beings who don't know about honoring the queen, its true meaning. But come with me, my love, and let us ascend and rise as gods to our thrones. Return to your glory that you know you own. Let's return to our spiritual bones. You connected me to this world, so I can connect back to your throne. I can connect you back to your throne. Let us love for eternity. Let's set our spirits free from the shackles of these shells. These shells we have bound ourselves to. Without doing so, I may not have found you. Now let us join our spirits. In the cosmos, let us join our spirits. In the cosmos with the stars, planets, and comets. Traveling along stars with our love burning so hot, the sun burns out with just a moment's touch. We share a spiritual connection of reflection and now ascension. This here is a blessing. My queen, my love, my goddess, Ocean. In our universe of love, we are one. The ghetto cries. It cries out. Though without mouth, absent of voice, without a choice, it cries. The ghetto cries. She cries for every son the soil is taken, for every criminal the justice system is making. The ghetto cries for a son captured in modern slavery, brainwashed to believe a ghetto soldier gets a badge for bravery. The ghetto cries for all her children that choke, surrounded by crack pipes and marijuana smoke. She cries out with late night screams from crack fiends. She cries out for memories of violent street scenes. The ghetto cries. My ghetto cries. She cries for someone to wipe her tears. She cries for someone to dampen her fears. The ghetto cries.
That nostalgic stench roaming in the air, smelling like humid summer mist wrapped in lust and sprouting weeds that have just been plucked to get rid of that abiding scent. I just can't seem to get it off. Following summer commenced in spring. Never knew that this fling would spring so many feelings and lecherous intentions. And every night, we say grace over a feast that has already been blessed by the hedonistic friction of your sweat-dripping flesh on the liquidity of my bones, because when you touch me, I melt, and with every moan, it's as if a memory decorates its new home on a spot where you once loved me. Oh, my joints. They were twisted and contorted to fit a mold of a craft that you hold. And baby, I believe that opposites do attract, because when you sweat, I get goosebumps lining on my back and inner thighs that I try to hide so you won't reside in the truth that I rely on only you to make me weak. From you requesting a sneak peek to bringing me to my peak, I have seen Mount Everest. I have seen heaven, and I thought I saw God, but no. It was just you. Now, I don't know what to do or say these days that go by unnoticed and night times ignored, and hours don't exist until we sit and reminisce on the first moment your face rested on the pillow of my lips. And when the night is over, as I rush to find my keys and the sanity of my own thoughts, I can try and forget every single thing that we do, but how do you get rid of that smell, that stench of you, smelling like pond lilies dancing in tropical rain, smelling like the fear that I may never see you again, smelling like the paranoia that I may could catch your STDs, but to me, that's just a sexually transmitted destiny. But if you were to ever leave me, forget me, regret me, I may lie to my friends and tell them that you raped me of my pride and my glory, omit all of the stories, because the smell that I carry would be like a corpse unburied. It smells like dirt, rotten eggs on a greenhouse day, and the hickeys on my neck and my breast would start to look like cancer, and my insides would be a landmine, because now I am so desolate, body and mind, that if the perfect stranger called for me, I think I would ignore it. And If I was due in 2 weeks, I would exhaust all methods to abort it because it's hard getting over what we do when I'm still carrying that smell, that stench of you smelling like humid summer mist wrapped in lust from the inhale of dawn to the exhale of dust. No, I can't get over what we do. You will forever be the memoir of my most worn parfum. Thank you.
Don't make me cry. I know you love me. I don't need to ask why. The only request I have is that you never make me cry. Yes, some people share tears of joy, shed tears to show their bliss. When they hold in their arms a baby girl or a boy, they never question this. I really hate when tears flow down my face, from a good or a bad place. It kind of makes me violent when they roll down my face. I hate losing. I hate it with all of my soul. I hate feeling my world crumble. I hate searching through the rubble. I hate piecing things together again. I hate feeling left out in the ring. And I hate the sensation of losing the battle within. I hate knowing I've fallen again. I hate knowing I love you enough to be weak. I hate knowing it grows more each time we speak. I hate realizing I don't hate any sensation that you give, that if I cut them off, it would change how I live. And I really hate coming within myself to this place. And don't come here too, because you'll make me cry and then I'll have to punch you in the face. P.S. You should join the movement. Bare feet up also.